Is Fotuna is going to step up to the plate now? Do you see that fight next?
We just got to see who will step up to the plate. I'm willing to fight anybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
Javier Fortuna being one of Samson's champions, coming up the ladder. I said to Samson, I said, let's make it happen. No way you get Javier Fortuna. I said, okay. Have I said the story right, Mr. Samson?
I need to tell you the truth, like always I thought. It's precise exactly what happened. Finally, you got me. Like I'm like a mouse next to a big cat. I cannot run anymore.
Okay.
And if I feel that I cannot beat him, like Mr. Lopez asked for $10 million.
Oh.
That's the reason that he believes he cannot beat Haney. That is the reason he asked for $10 million.
I'll tell you what then.
That was Devin Haney making it clear he's willing to fight whoever steps up to the table. Because truth be told, it's not just Fortuna who stepped off the table. For those that don't know, Devin Haney is the only champion in history that forced the champion at the time, Lomachenko, to surrender his title and be stripped of his belt, all to avoid his mandatory Devin Haney. And now today, Devin Haney has 2 mandatories simultaneously, in which both of his mandatories rather be in title eliminators for Devin Haney title. Instead of fighting the champion, Devin Haney right away when they had multiple opportunities to. I never seen mandatories rather eliminate each other instead of fighting the champion. This has never been done in history. That's why Devin is the A-class boogeyman in the sport of boxing. There's no but what if about it. So instead of putting the truth together like puzzle, I decided to go straight to the source's mouth, in which Fortuna's own promoter admitted they avoided Devin Haney on more than one occasion. This is what Fortuna promoter said. Not Bill Haney, not Devin Haney, but Fortuna's promoter. Just to put things in perspective. However, before I do so, I want to play a clip of Teofimo accusing Devin Haney of ducking Fortuna. All of this took place on the Boxing Voice, which I'm going to leave the links for all of the sources in the description box below. So first things first, here's what Teo had to say.
If Devin Haney moves on to fight Javier Fortuna and you fight Kambosos, is there a chance that the last fight we see, assuming he beats Fortuna, is that a kind of opponent that you want to see them fight that would then be able to make a Haney-Lopez fight?
Absolutely, because Haney's scared of Fortuna, so I would like to see that fight.
Wait, you say you think he's scared of Fortuna?
He's not.
I know he is.
Oh, he is.
What do you think Fortuna brings? It's funny because I'm the Dominican one. I'm the Dominican one. He's the Honduran. We actually got Javier scheduled for.
Because y'all don't know the insides like we do.
Tell me. Tell us something.
Nah, look, I'll tell y'all like this, man. When before Devin had that whole surgery incident, he was about to fight Fortuna, was he not?
Yeah, yes. He was.
Yes.
All right, he pulled out for a reason. It wasn't because he was hurt. He was doing good in camp. You heard? But his pops was calling one of my guys, and he was asking about, hey, what do you think about Fortuna? How you think my son's going to do with Fortuna and all that stuff? It's just all because of that, man. All these guys, man, it's all fake, man. They all...
And if I feel that I cannot beat him, like Mr. Lopez asked for $10 million.
Oh.
That's the reason that he believes he cannot beat Haney. That is the reason he asked for $10 million.
I'll tell you what.
Here's free game for Teo. If new media did not say it, then it's not true. Also, another advice for Teo. He might want to stop repeating the decafs and the trolls in his comment section, because them people remain anonymous. Majority of them people have fake accounts in order to troll. And Teo thinks it's a good idea to read them comments on his Instagram to the world. I thought Teo knew better than that. I thought he had better game than that. Nevertheless, the truth been out. And now more than ever, the truth came out in full throttle. Recently, Fortuna's promoter acknowledged that his own fighter avoided Devin Haney, which is rare to see a fighter's promoter confess that his own fighter avoided another fighter on a different promotional company. That's rare to see. So here's the conversation between Fortuna's promoter and Bill Haney on the Boxing Voice.
Business. I met with Samson when Devin was really young. Samson was interested in Devin, right? As we moved up the ladder, Javier Fortuna being one of Samson's champions, coming up the ladder, I said to Samson, I said, let's make it happen. No way you get Javier Fortuna. I said, okay. This is the Showbox days. This is the old Showbox days coming up, right? So we come up the ladder, we get in the WBC tournament. I say, I got him, right? No, you don't get Javier Fortuna. and then listen, when I seen you knocking on our door, I say, great Father God, thank you. The joy, the bells are ringing because we got a credible opponent that we've been looking for. Have I said the story right, Mr. Samson?
I need to tell you the truth, like always I talk. It's precise exactly what happened. And I have to tell you that I stayed with him probably 1 hour drinking coffee. And he say, my guy, Haney, it will be one of the superstars. And in one moment I want to sign it, but you know, sometimes I say, sometimes people doesn't need a promoter. And the father that I had the most respect for you, he say, you know what, I will get there. And I'll be honest with you, that he got it much more like I thought. Because Javier Fortuna, he never make the money that this kid made. And the father guided him. I mean, I believe I cannot do the same work like he did. So my congratulations to you.
Thank
and
you,
now
sir.
public, I'm telling you, Javier Fortuna is ready, willing to fight. And I don't ask you the excuse of the money. Let's have the same thing of the last fight that you pay the Cuban guy.
Samson, is Javier in the
Samson?
Dominican Republic or is he in America?
In this moment, he's in Dominican Republic.
Is he going to be able to make it over here? No travel ban?
Well, hopefully not. But the situation now is the visa. He renewed the contract, and the visa will be ready for February. So it's perfect. April. It cannot be before April anyway.
We don't want no excuses out of you, Mr. Samson. I've been looking for you for years and years and years. You deliver Javier Fortuna.
Listen, you get it. Finally, you got me. Like I'm like a mouse next to a big cat. I cannot run anymore.
Hey, I love you, man. Hey, I appreciate you.
You know what? Let me tell you. I believe that Javier Fortuna, he will knock the shit out of Haney.
Okay.
And if I feel that I cannot beat him, like Mr. Lopez asked for $10 million.
Oh.
That's the reason that he believes he cannot beat Haney. That is the reason he asked for $10 million.
I'll tell you what then. How about this then, Mr. Samson? I'll give you the exact money.
Therefore, this is just to clear all the airwaves that's going around claiming Devin is avoiding Fortuna. This kills the notion of any of that nonsense because Fortuna been avoiding Devin Haney for years. Therefore, whatever cute story Teo made up on the Boxing Voice, I could tell he read that story from his Instagram comment section. It's funny because If Teo is going to put someone on Devin to get him off of his back, at least pick someone that haven't officially avoided Devin Haney at all costs to this day. I mean, literally. This is equivalence of Devin, Teo, and Fortuna all attending the same high school. And then you had Teo talking shit to Devin the whole time in class, like you about to get your tail beat, son. That type of language, the smoke language. So right in front of everybody, Teo and Devin agreed to fight behind the school right after class. So when the class was over, everybody went behind the school. Fortuna was there, Devin was there, and Teo was also there. Now we all know what time it is. It's smoke time. Especially knowing Teo claims he the baddest man in the school. And he been talking trash to Devin the whole time. Then out of nowhere, Teo tells Devin, "I'm not ready. How about we fight 3 to 5 years from now when we in college? But I bet you don't want no smoke with my homeboy Fortuna though." Then out of nowhere, Fortuna looks at Teo and informs him of very bad news. Fortuna tells Teo, "Man, I've been avoiding the smoke with Devin since middle school. I don't want no smoke." At that moment, Teo realizes he effed up. Then Devin looks at Teo and tells him, "Ain't no backing out now. You've been talking trash the whole time in class. If you only ready to fight 5 years from now, then wait till we in college, then talk trash. But for right now, you're gonna have to back up everything you said. You said you wanted to fight me." Then out of nowhere, the teacher come through. So Teo puts a smile on his face. However, sadly for Teo, this teacher happens to be cut different. Instead of breaking up the fight, he ends up hyping the fight up some more. This teacher happens to be Mike Tyson. And then obviously Teo, instead of taking the subway home, he might have to resort to running home. This is a perfect analogy to what Teofimo is doing. Instead of being the takeover, he's changing over to the NBF takeover, in which he's only taking parts of the world, the Europe part of the world, taking a blueprint out of Canelo's book. Like I said before, if Teo is going to use someone to get Devin off his back, then at least use someone that haven't officially avoided Devin. Because using Fortuna to get Devin off your back is like using Lomachenko to get Devin off your back. That is not going to save you. You want to know why that is? Because Lomachenko and Fortuna already beat Teo to avoiding Devin. Therefore, when Teo says things like Devin ducked Lomachenko, I hope he realizes it sounds like he's reading a comment straight off his Instagram page by one of these decafs. I truly believe that's the case, because I know Teo knows if Devin ducked Lomachenko, then please explain to me why Devin has Lomachenko belt as we speak, the WBC belt. The whole reason Devin got the belt was because Lomachenko was stripped of the belt when Devin Haney was his mandatory. And the same thing will have applied if Devin avoided Fortuna. Devin will have got stripped of the WBC belt if he will have avoided his mandatory Fortuna. But that's clearly not the case. Devin's still the champion to this day, and none of his mandatories are willing to fight him. They rather be in title eliminators instead. Therefore, watch Ryan and Fotuna fight each other in another title eliminator before they ever fight Devin Haney. You could mark my word on that. Furthermore, it's ironic to me that Teo used Fortuna as a shield against Devin. And out of nowhere, Fortuna promoter came out and said Teo is ducking Devin Haney for asking for $10 million to fight him. He's not trying to fight. That's an excuse, as you guys heard on the audio. On the other hand, Devin changed Lomachenko's last name from Lomachenko or Lomachenko to now officially Lomachenko. With that being stated, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, TV. Peace, and we out here.
Do you believe at 20 years old you're ready for that type of challenge?
I think you said his name wrong. It's Lomachenko because he doesn't want to fight me. But it's I feel like I'm ready for the fight. This is the WBC mandatory. So Lomachenko, come on, man, let's get this fight going.
A lot of guys have said they want Lomachenko. You're the next on that list.
Lomachenko.
My mistake.
How did you choose Lomachenko? Because
I did not choose him. He requested, Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Ooh, Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, you just made headlines.
Lomachenko.
You just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested. And let me tell you, we analyzed the request. Top of the top.
Define the franchise belt. Can you define it?
The franchise is not a belt. It's not a championship. It's a designation given